Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Q, and unrelated to this topic, as you can see over here, I actually finally managed to get the final parts for my Noxus staff. So I created a Noxus staff and I could have kept it, but I sold it to the Grand Exchange for 400 million. So I don't have a level 90 magic weapon, but the reason for this is that I don't yet need a level 90 magic weapon. So for that reason I decided to sell it now, and maybe eventually when Noxus staff will be around 250 to 300 million, that's probably when I'm gonna buy one for myself just to keep it. But this was just a quick progress update of what has been happening lately, and not much else has happened. I'm just doing my daily sinkholes, my daily dungeoneering, and I'm also doing my daily Araxors, and that's pretty much it. So I've clearly shifted the focus from gaining XP to gaining money. But what I actually wanted to talk about in this video is warbands, which is also a thing that I do pretty much every day as long as I have the opportunity to do the warbands either in the afternoon or in the early morning. Because I don't want to go to evening bands, there is just way too many people online during those hours, so the warbands is much more competitive during evening. So what exactly I want to talk about is people taking warbands way too seriously. So today when I was going to warbands just to pretty much help with anti-PKing and pretty much to protect our worlds, because we had 3 assigned worlds from the warband tracker, so I went to the warbands and our French chat looted one world which was assigned to us by the warband tracker. And if you didn't know, the warband tracker assigns all the worlds for the warband tracker FCs, and everybody else who is on those worlds is considered a rogue or an enemy. And that is simply for the reason that there is no way everybody that does warbands can every time get 75 out of 75. So for that reason we have to make alliances and we have to protect our worlds. Otherwise we won't be able to get the loot. So with the recent changes to RuneScape, nowadays people can be attacked after they loot the warbands camps. And this camp was at Dark Warrior's Fortress, and I was protecting it after mainly because I just didn't want to world hop, so I was randomly killing everybody that was looting our world. I wasn't really picking the lowest level or the easiest one, it was just simply that there weren't any people with armor in the fights. So I got like maybe 5 to 10 kills from killing people with no armor. And I'm not thinking like I'm very strong because I can kill these people, but then some people got this really personally and they started verbally abusing me because I was killing them at the warbands when they were coming there with no armor, with low level people and with no French chats. So they were getting really frustrated because I killed them and they couldn't get the loot. But the thing is that warbands is a group PvP minigame, and obviously you gain a lot of XP from it as well. But it's a group PvP minigame, so if you go to warbands with a low level account, you can't expect to get as much loot as you get with an organized French chat, no matter what alliance that organized French chat is in. So the people were telling me something like I can't PK and I'm just picking the low people. Well, obviously I was picking the low people because they were on our world and they were looting the camp that was assigned to us by the warbands tracker. So if they wanted to loot this camp, they should have joined our French chat, and maybe they should have also had connections to the warbands group alliance, or maybe they should have joined the SAPK and tried to crash our world. The point is that often on we don't get full loots because there is so many level 3 people looting the camp, and you can't attack the people with level 3 until they have stopped looting. So for that reason I just figured that I will kill some people at the warbands because now I can, and I kind of can pay back for those times when I miss the loot because people show up to worlds that they can't take over, but since they're low level they can't be killed. So I was there just mainly AFKing and maybe getting my kill count up a little bit and killing people that I can kill in our assigned worlds. And I was getting so much abuse from people even though I was doing exactly what the wilderness is meant for. The wilderness is meant for killing other people, and I was doing something that Jagex just recently added to the game. So they recently added that everybody carrying Warbands loot can be attacked by anybody. And I think this is a great update in my opinion, because this makes it that low level people can't go to Warbands and just get a lot of loot with no risk at all. And I'm not even telling that I can PK, because I'm kind of bad with EOC PKing, and I was actually bad with the pre-EOC PKing. I don't care about PKing. I only do it during Warbands waves and maybe after waves and wars and stuff like that, but I don't really PK that much at all. So then I finally found somebody that has some gear on, and he had a style switch, and I was fighting him, and then I ran out of prayer points, so I said that I'm gonna go out now because I don't have any prayer. And in EOC fight, if you don't know, you are always using the protection prayers, especially because this guy had a magic switch. So every time he switched to magic, I have to switch to magic prayer, etc, etc. And I was only using range, so the only weapon that I have is snipe. And if snipe doesn't land, then the other player can keep their ranged protect prayer on all the time. So during this whole fight, there was a guy from the low level people that was just running behind me and telling me, look, there is somebody that can PK, you suck at PKing. And I know that I suck at PKing, so why does he have to tell it to me? I can kill him because he's level 60. So what's the matter? Why do you have to tell this to me? And why don't you just get proper level, get a French chat and crash our world? Then we can do a proper fight one FC versus another. And that happens actually pretty much every day when you do warbands, because not everybody is assigned by warband tracker, and there is the SAPK, and there are a lot of other smaller French chats. So my point here is that if you go to warbands, somebody that isn't your friend is your enemy, and that's simply because not everybody will be able to loot. There is a limited amount of loot, so everybody that you can kill, you're supposed to kill at the warbands. And this is definitely something to not really take seriously. It's just part of the minigame, and that's how the minigame works. And I die pretty much every other day, or maybe every 3 days, and I don't care. I go there again, I pick my stuff, or I just go to another wave, or I just go there the next day. And if I sometimes get the loot, I'm really happy that I got the loot, and that's pretty much about it. There is nothing to take seriously about warbands, especially when people are bringing so little risk that dying just simply doesn't matter. Even if people would be bringing 5 million risk, even then dying wouldn't really matter, because pretty much everybody can make at least 1 or 2 million GP per hour. So if you one time kill somebody and you get 5 million, that's not something that's gonna make your bank. So there is just simply nothing to take seriously. So this guy that kind of won me in the PvP because I ran out of prayer points and I ran away, wanted to do some kind of a rematch, and he invited me to his French chat, and I joined his French chat gladly because I was bored and I didn't want to go back to Araxor. So I joined it and I wanted to do a rematch, and we made some arrangements, so no bringing packyaks, etc, etc. And then I just simply told him, okay, let's meet up at Corporal Beast World 100, and this guy just didn't come, and then they kicked me from his French chat because he said, World 100 Corporal Beast is a lure. What am I going to lure from you? You are gonna bring Royal D-Hide and maybe some hand cannon. I don't care if you drop a hand cannon. I'm not gonna even pick that up, probably. So at this point, I just totally lost it. And then I just went back to Quercus and I found this guy one more time again. And then we started doing some kind of a fight. And then he just told me that I'm a faggot. And I was fighting him, and then suddenly his French started attacking me as well. And then I just teleded away. And this was the first time in RuneScape for a very long time that some people just really annoyed me with their attitude towards the game. Warbands isn't something to take seriously. And PKing isn't something to take seriously either, unless you are bringing more than 100 million risk. If you die, you die. If you win, you win. It's just there to have some extra fun during the game. So lastly, I wanna finish up this kind of a rant video with my awesome gear setup that you can see in my thumbnail as well. This is our Warbands gear for one wave, so as you can see, don't take Warbands too seriously. If you die, it's no problem. If you get some loot, it's awesome. But I think this is it for this video, so I hope you have enjoyed a long video. And if you like this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to my channel. But other than that, I thank you for watching it, and I'll see you in the next video.